Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today I have a special message for anyone who needs to hear it today. Before we start, this is your confirmation that everything you're working on is slowly coming together. Manifestations you're working on are slowly coming to you. The energy is already forming. So if you're keeping up with what is truly important to you, sooner or later it will manifest. So work on building trust in your life and let go of worries, my friends. I want to remind you today to take care of your responsibilities. You need to be honest with yourself. You have to reevaluate your priorities because nobody can do it for you. These are your goals, your dreams. Everything you want starts and ends with you. And often we forget about it, especially when we try to do something and we recognize maybe we don't have enough money, maybe we don't have the right sources, maybe we're not healthy enough, or we're not excited enough or motivated enough. When we start to think like somebody else needs to help us, and then people start waiting, and they wait and they wait and they wait until they lose all the inspiration they had. So my friends, everything we do in our lives, it's our responsibility to firstly take care of priorities, and then to pay attention to what can we do in order to declutter our lives, the way that we can have more time for what sparks more joy and more inspiration, and to let go of what is pulling us back. So pay attention to what doesn't spark joy and happiness in your life, and see how much could you declutter your life from it. You know, sometimes too much scrolling on the phone is preventing us from going outside and enjoying our lives. And life is about tiny little choices that we make on moment by moment basis. So take care of making as many positive and profound choices as you can, because that is your responsibility. As Eleanor Roosevelt said, one's philosophy is not best expressed in words, it's expressed in choices one makes. In the long run, we shape our lives and we shape ourselves. The process never ends until we die. And the choices we make are ultimately our own responsibility. So, my friends, pay attention to the choices you make on moment by moment basis. Because this sounds so, we hear it so often, like it's your responsibility. You need to take care of that. But then, how many things we do unconsciously? Like even when we say, I can't do this, it's an unconscious limited belief. Or we say, something bad happened to me. Again, it's unconscious judgment about something that happened. Maybe what happened was really good for your evolution. Or of course, sometimes something really hard happens, like a loss of a family member, or a loss of a certain relationship. Those are hard things, and it's hard to see a greater meaning. And sometimes we truly feel like it was unfair. But still, there are things we can't control. And when there are things we can't control present, we need to fully recognize what can we do about ourselves. Could we take care for ourselves right now? Could we take more time for some self-care? Could we take more time for nurturing our minds, to recognize what kind of thoughts are running in our minds and are awakening too much of stress, or too much of sadness, or too much of misery, and to fully recognize, could we do something which could spark more joy right now? Could we do something which could spark more happiness? Could we talk with somebody? Do we need somebody who could help us on that process right now. Because so often we think we are alone in that process, but my friends, we are never alone. You know, there's always somebody who will help you when you will open yourself for help. You're never alone there, so stop pretending like you are. And of course, we may say, well, I don't know anybody who could help me right now. It's not a beautiful thought to think. So rather than saying that, remind yourself, I will meet somebody who will help me with this. The universe will connect me with somebody who will help me with this. Because it puts us from the state of misery into the state of trust, and we get a bit more of hope. And hope helps us to move forward, right? We have something to look up for. So rather than getting lost in misery, my friends, look up for a greater hope. Because, you know, there's so many things we could do less, like spending time in negative energy, negative thoughts, negative beliefs, lower emotions, then seeking external validation, overthinking, you know, overthinking all the things, then doubting your self-worth, sleepless nights. That's so hard often, so take care of your sleep, my friends. What about inauthentic relationships? We can do so much about it. And the first thing we can do is being honest, which is a hard thing, but it is the most powerful cure for inauthentic relationships. Sooner or later we get to the point where we express our honesty, but why wait? Why not build new relationships on honesty? Then we have fear of failure. Then we are ignoring red flags in relationships, in certain experiences, in forcing things. You know, red flags, those are reminders. It's enough. It's, you know, time to move on. It's time to let go. Then we are prioritizing people who don't prioritize us. And again, we need to do something about it. Nobody else can do anything about it until you take action on that. Start prioritizing yourself and your own happiness. Because again, this is your responsibility. Then people often lowering down their standards so they would fit to somebody else. But my friends, never do that. Because once you raise your standards, you will raise yourself. You will stop rising higher, and that's where you will start reaching your goals and deepest dreams. And also you will meet people which are on that level, and suddenly you will feel supported from all different sides. So it's a manifestation of your new energy. Then stop settling. You know, energy is always moving, always flowing. It's time to flow. Stop rushing also. Often when people start following certain goals or dreams, they start rushing because they want to experience fast results, because they think the joy and happiness are hidden in the outcomes. But as long as we think that the joy and happiness are hidden in the outcome, they will never be present within us. So until we make that shift, we'll be always rushing to reach something which will never fulfill us. Stop rushing. Be mindful about how you're walking on that path, because the happiness is in each step we take. So we need to make conscious steps where we are aware of how everything feels like, and we are aware of the balance, you know, when we're doing too much and when we're doing too little. And finally we start taking action towards building greater balance, because balance will give birth to harmony, and we know that. Stop comparing yourself to strangers on the internet. You know, We don't know even ourselves well enough to compare ourselves with ourselves. So how can we compare ourselves with others? Actually, a great start would be to compare yourself with yourself from the past to see how much progress you've made, how much progress you've created. And that's where you will awaken gratitude for your transformation. Stop comparing yourself with others because nobody's like you. Stop pretending that you want to be like somebody else. Because that's, again, a great start to being happy. So stop doing that, because there's so much more in life than comparing ourselves with others. A beautiful saying actually says, comparison is a thief of joy, and that's so true. Also, stop placing your happiness in the hands of others, because nobody will bring it to you. Maybe on a short term, you receive a gift, you receive some beautiful words, or a hug or a kiss or something beautiful from somebody, and it feels really, really great and it's amazing. But we also need to take care of doing something for ourselves which can awaken happiness, like doing sports, like doing something we love, like taking care of our well-being, going into nature, eating food which awakens us, which truly helps us to shine, to glow, and drinking more water, and playing around and being truly living our lives out of childlike curiosity. So important. And stop apologizing for being you, because that's all you can be. All you can be is you. So stop apologizing for being you. That will truly change your life. And it's something we train ourselves. Like, if we were training so long to always apologize for being ourselves, like sometimes you're tired, and because you were tired, you couldn't be the nicest person you could be, and then you've started apologizing. What if rather you would say, well, today I'm tired, today I'm having a bad day, and I don't want to have any conversations, I just want to be alone today, or whatever it is. Become more honest, but stop apologizing for being you. And sometimes you feel you need to be honest, and then you're apologizing, oh well, it doesn't feel right, whatever. Be you, be fully you, and that's all you need to be. And then there's also a lot you can do more, like early mornings. There's something magical about early mornings, something so magical. Firstly, birds are really loud, the sun is just rising, and there's a beautiful, truly beautiful energy. The fresh air, a beautiful light, everything feels like it's more colorful. There's something magical, and creativity is the strongest in the morning. Also, productivity is the strongest in the morning, so we can use it to make something positive. Maybe to write a poem, to write a new chapter of your book, to paint something, to draw something, to write a plan, to set some goals, or to check up your goals you're working on, if there's something you could change, if there's something in your behaviors you could change. Journaling, writing down your thoughts, your progress, so powerful, my friends. You can do more of what brings you inner peace, right? What could be that? Spending time in nature, meditation, spending more time with honest and deep people. What about some road trips and traveling? Could we do more of that? Of course we would. Even maybe just going outside on a bike and just riding around a little bit and see what new can you find. There's a practice which monks are doing often. They're walking on the same path every single day, but they are searching for the new thing, something they couldn't seen before. And we can practice it in our daily lives. Like you go outside and you just search for something you've never seen before. Maybe a new animal or something in nature that changed, or some new different types of colors we see, like a brighter or darker type of a certain color, or whatever it is, a certain cloud, a form in the cloud. It's like a meditation, but it helps us to be more present and to be more conscious. Doing sports, for example, can help us to awaken a lot of new energy and to build a greater focus, to nurture our body so we can be healthy, so we can fully express our soul in a healthy body. It's hard to express your authenticity if your body is not okay. So it's important to know those things. Honest conversations, eye contacts, acts of service. We could do more of that, right? And to me, those are truly life-changing things. We all know that. But we are who we train ourselves to be. And it's time to start training ourselves to be more honest, to do the things which feels right, to do more of what brings joy, what brings creativity, what brings inspiration. Maybe reading some poetry or a good book can spark a lot of joy within you. Maybe choosing happiness rather than choosing anything else. Expressing more love in your relationships. Tell people how you feel about them. And sometimes we just need to be okay with being lazy. Here and there, it's completely fine. One thing I've noticed that it's truly beautiful, and it gives me an intense feeling of joy, is giving positive compliments to strangers. That is something truly incredible, and so often we just don't do it. We just don't do that. But we say something beautiful to a stranger, and it gives you such a powerful, beautiful feeling that you just want to keep up with that. Art is also powerful, right? Painting, drawing, expressing our authentic energy. But also real life, my friends. Because sometimes we lose ourselves in certain theories, in certain philosophies, in certain worries and doubts, that we forget about how beautiful our life is, even though we are moving through challenges. They are there. We are moving through breakups, through heartbreaks. We are moving through dealing with emotional wounds and traumas maybe. But still, in reality, our life is still amazing. There are still many things that works well right now. Maybe you have food, maybe you have clothes to wear, maybe you have roof over your head, maybe you're living in a beautiful place, maybe you're surrounded with nature, or you're surrounded with people which supports you or which love you, and maybe you're not surrounded with people who support you, and because you're not surrounded with people who would support you, you are building such a powerful strength which will help you later in life to achieve the things you want to achieve, so you will later be able to help others who don't have support like you didn't have in the past. You know, there's so much magic in recognizing the purpose of each moment in our life. And if we just expand or awaken our minds a little bit more to find a greater meaning of the things that are happening in our lives, it will be much easier to move on and to walk towards who we are meant to be. So stop waiting things, stop chasing things, and remember that everything is slowly coming together. Everything will soon make sense. But until then, enjoy the path, enjoy each step you take, and fully acknowledge how incredible you already are. So this is it for today, my friends. I'm sending you so much love, blessings, and power. Go and check out my Instagram page, AttractPassion, where I'm sharing daily reminders, daily messages, which are deeply related to the videos you're watching here. And also check out my other Instagram page, I Draw My Passion, where I'm sharing my art with you. Go there, enjoy some gallery. And thanks to all of you for supporting my art in my Etsy shop, where I'm selling prints of my paintings. I Draw My Passion. You can go there and check it out. You're all truly appreciated. And till next time, one love.